Hey, episode 24. Alright, we're starting out. So, first of all, we haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah,
and I
to
think,
say the least.
I think we really are turning into you-know-who now. Little creeple. Anyway, but no, we're sorry for our hiatus, but now we're back. Anyway, in our last episode, we talked about, we talked about a lot of actually really interesting things last time, at least if I do say so myself. But last time we talked about Pokemon X and Y, and we were talking about Mega Pokemon. We didn't know what they were called then, but now apparently they're called Mega Pokemon.
Or the Mega Mewtwo.
Well, we were talking about Mewtwo's new form, and now it's been confirmed these are not so much as like new forms like, you know, Deoxys, but you use the special item you give them in it, and it turns them into these things during battle.
It's kind of like Zen mode.
No.
Just by using a stone, though.
Where's that from?
Zen mode?
Yeah.
Remember? I can't say
yeah.
English name, but yeah.
Yeah, I always said his Japanese name too. Anyway, it's just better. Anyway, but yeah, so then you've got the Mew 3, which is now Mega Mewtwo, and I said in the last one, what the heck kind of item do you have to give this guy to turn him into this degenerated form of himself? And now we know. It's a Mega Stone or something like that. Did you say Frieza Stone?
Yeah. Come on,
that's what I was saying. And I told one of my other friends, and he's like, "What are they, Dragon Ball Z now?" He's like, "This is my third form," and it's like it totally is Dragon Ball Z now. But anyway, so apparently,
as long as it's not overpowered,
it's not. It's like their final smash.
But I mean, I already see it going into. I already see it being banned from online.
Right, that's what you said last time. It's going to be banned in Wi-Fi anyway.
So it's like, what's the point of even getting it?
Right.
And I mean, they're probably going to ban Megastone altogether.
Right.
Because if you think about it, Blaziken's already pretty strong.
Right. I did like the new Blaziken form.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like pretty much all of them, but...
You saw it? I saw it, yeah, he showed me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ampharos, I'm sorry.
Ampharos is okay too.
I mean, come on. It's strange. Ampharos is, it's like it cut like the wool off of a reef and just like taped it to the back of its head.
You look like
there you go.
Like
There's your Mega Pokemon.
Like FF3, got long hair.
We already have Pokemon with like long stuff like Tingler. Don't get me started on that. But
come on, why? Like Josh said it perfectly in one of our last episodes. This is mostly a family show. Keep it PG.
Oh no! If you know what that is, then you're already been around. If you don't know,
just stop talking about it.
Don't Google it.
Just stop.
Don't Google it.
Just stop. Okay. Right. So what do you think about these new forms? I'm not talking to you for a while.
Well, see, I thought it was like I mentioned. I thought it was like a final smash or something.
It is like a final smash. Oh man.
I was like, wow, that's interesting. They're putting that in a Pokemon. I mean, they're tweaking it like crazy. There's a lot of things that these two new versions are doing that's just messing with the formula even further.
I don't like how we have to. What do you mean by that?
No, I mean just mean like just in general. It's more of a general thing. Like someone on Facebook, someone put a video about. They were talking about, like, oh my god, I'm so excited. You can move diagonally now.
Sitting on benches.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Sitting on benches. There's also the problem of. Well, not a problem, but, you know, for those who like to play the meta game, they have that new feature where you have to, like, pet the Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to have to do that, like, just to raise his happiness.
That was kind of...
And you're going to be sitting there as, like, a 25-year-old going, like, I got to pet my Pokemon, man.
Well,
you know, on your
already have that already.
Yeah.
Like in Diamond and Pearl, it was at a really smaller scale, but, you know, with the... that like Pokegear sort of thing. I forgot.
Yeah, but it's not.
I mean, it's like there's like the super dumbed down version.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
It's not like this is the first time we're seeing.
I know what you're saying, but it just looks like it's gonna be worse. So anyway, there's some people wondering, is this item consumed on use? Basically,
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, because that would make it really stupid.
And also, if you saw for getting the one for Blaziken, it's a promotional.
Right.
You have to get it via
You're
Wi-Fi.
not gonna
so
use up.
so I doubt they would say, oh, we're going to only give you one stone that you can't get.
So the only way you could possibly use it would be to use it on Wi-Fi, and only if you're smart enough, because every little kid's not going to be like smart enough to figure that out.
And every person now, I mean, if Mega Pokemon are going to be on Wi-Fi, I already know they're going to get spammed.
Oh yeah.
Like there's just going to be teams.
There's going to be a Mega Whimsicott.
Oh no.
For Mega trolling.
I don't want to think about that.
So
let's cross that bridge.
So this brings me to my final question about Mega Pokemon, which I'm curious about, is how many are there going to be? Like, it says certain Pokemon will have Mega forms. Like, they showed like 5 or something in the trailer.
Yeah,
And
Ampharos.
you don't have to list them, but anyway, but there's like 5. How many are going to get them? I mean, that sounds like it could be interesting. It seems like, you know, they'll probably have more in the future, but what qualifies them for being Mega or not? I'm curious. Mega Magikarp?
Oh, man. I want to see that thing splash. That would be amazing.
It would probably, like, destroy the world. And, you know, he's got, like, I'm imagining a Magikarp with, like, a Super Saiyan hair. Just fires up, like, Kamehameha beam, you know.
Well,
Somebody Photoshop that.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Send it to me.
have we, has it been confirmed that when a Pokemon gets a Mega Form, its typing changes or not?
I don't think that's been confirmed.
Because, if...
I'm not going to open this up to random mass
Well,
guessing.
I'm not either. I just want to say that, let's say that it does or doesn't, then it's like, how are they going to balance out the typing? Because let's say you only have like a couple Mega Pokemon, but you don't cover all the typings. Like you leave out Dragon, or you leave out Grass, or you leave
They'll
out...
probably
Fairy.
have like one for every.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But then I'm also thinking, how useful is each one going to be for its typing? Because I mean, you have stuff like
I see what you're
Tabune,
saying.
and like the only useful thing Tabune was for farming experience points in Black and White. You didn't use it really for anything
That's an
else.
Audino for all you
Yeah,
like
Audino.
Americans.
But yeah, American names. But but it's like even if we get a Mega Pokemon, if you can't use it or if it's just not useful, then it's kind of pointless to have.
Right, I understand.
I still find it funny how Jigglypuff can
kill Dragon.
kill Dragonite.
This is what we've been waiting for.
I
We've
know.
been waiting for like those little cute Pokemon. I mean, you've seen what it does on Melee and Brawl.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
It's only a matter of time before it started killing dragons. So
Like when he goes to sleep and it's just like.
I never knew what that did until I went up to my friend's house and he used it on me and I was like, oh, well, what does this do? I don't know. And then I just flew off the screen and I lost. And I was like, well.
Did you ever read the explanation for why that is? Like why it, like he rests and it like releases like a whole bunch of like energy from his body or something like that? It makes no sense.
Is that wait? Are you talking about when you use the shield or
No, Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff's rest on Smash Brothers.
Oh,
Jigglypuff,
I know, like,
the only Pokemon, no, the only character that can like kill anything in one hit. Whatever it
Anyway,
was.
he basically has like a home run bat.
Yeah.
At his disposal. Anyway, all right. Yeah, disposable home run bats.
I hate the home run bat.
Oh, I love it. So there's a game that I kept giving a lot of crap a little while ago. The Wonderful 101. I always said it looked weird and I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of annoying. Then I saw the trailer for it and I just, like everyone else, it reminded me how much it reminded me of Beautiful Joe. And it just made me want to play Beautiful Joe. Then you told me.
I told him that the creator of Beautiful Joe and the director is actually the director of this game.
So that makes perfect sense. It's the same guy
I mean, you
directing.
could kind of tell.
You could tell.
Yeah.
I mean, but now I know for sure
Yeah.
it's the same director. And now I'm interested in the game. Since I did like Beautiful Joe, it's unfortunate that the studio that made it, Clover, got, totally folded and now Beautiful Joe basically can't be made again for a couple hundred years. But, exaggerating. But it's unfortunate, but at least he's making something else, and now that I know it's the same guy, I'm actually a little more interested in it.
Coming out soon too.
Yeah, everybody talked about how he looks like Beautiful Joe, and how it's got like the girl looked like Sylvia. One thing I also noticed is in the trailer, there's the guy that when the Pink Eyes girl, whatever it's called, Wonder Eyes Pink.
Yeah.
When she whips the guy, when he turns around, he does this like, which is very similar to the big, like, muscle guys in Beautiful Joe 1, I think it is. When you confuse them, they do that same, like, it's a very similar, like, animation. So you can definitely, now that I know, it all totally makes sense.
I watched the opening, and I mentioned this to you. I love how, like, when they start the opening, they start the story, and they start giving the credits to the director and producer like a movie.
Right.
They do that in games a lot.
Right, and I was talking about how Metroid Other M did that, where it didn't have the title screen until, like, 15 minutes into the game, which was really good. I don't want to start another M rant, but I do believe that the first hour and the last hour of Metroid Other M were really good. It's everything in the middle that sucks, but I'm just going to say that. But
it'd be kind of interesting to see in this new game if they put any Easter eggs in for Beautiful Joe. Because I mean, I could kind of see that happening.
Sneak that in without getting sued.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have Easter eggs in pretty much everything. I mean, in Metal Gear Solid, you have
there's a freaking R2-D2 supposedly in the first Star Trek movie done by J.J. Abrams, but that's just J.J. Abrams' contempt of how much he hates Star Trek. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm interested now. At least it's going to be something I'm a little more curious about. Then finally, we already knew that they were making. We knew a while back they were going to redo Donkey Kong Country Returns in 3D on the DS, and we didn't really care about that. I didn't care much for the first one. I don't really care about it being in 3D. But the new one they're working on.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Wii U only. It's actually coming out soon as well. It's November.
So that one looks a little more interesting. I do like how they took the 3D effects and kind of took it to a further extreme. Right, that one in the barrel cam where you're just winding through the canyon. Like, it's very nice. I like those games that are on a 2D plane, but to make it look like it's 3D.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of depth.
Right, and it's nice that they made it their own. Like, they're not just trying to copy the old look anymore. We had one complaint, but what
Which game was that?
Well, the underwater music. Like, when you go underwater, the theme completely changes. And I was saying, I just want it like a filtered version of the whatever's above the water, or maybe like a remix of it or something.
Yeah, like in Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah, but instead it has a completely different theme change, and that's going to be annoying, you know, when you go in, out, in, out.
Yeah, it's like, and then it da-da-da-da, like up there, and then you go back down and it completely fades out.
My favorite music change, which I think they should have done, is Sonic Colors when you boost. Like how the music just gets like a filter to it as it blurs, like it really feels like you're going fast, like in the water level. I love it.
Yeah.
Where it's got that and it goes like like that one.
That's like Yoshi's. I mentioned like Yoshi's Story when you get that like harp thing, and then the music becomes like that
game is scary. I don't care what anyone else says.
Oh, that's right.
You're going through that jungle. No, sorry. I mean, I'm not playing that.
That one hip hop one is like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's like some guy like grunting in the background. It's like I don't want to play this anymore because I have to keep looking over my shoulder to make sure there's not someone behind me doing that. It's like, whoa there, buddy.
Speaking of music, though, I meant this was confirmed at E3. Actually, I watched the video where the producer from the Nintendo side, who's managing Retro Studios, confirmed it, and he's saying. Also, something's going to please a lot of the fans. Participating in sound is the composer of the original games, David Wise, and show a picture of him, and the audience started cheering.
Right, so that means the music will probably be a little bit...
Well, a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better.
I'm still waiting for a Metroid.
Yes, we know.
He knows.
But, which is something I was kind of going to mention, but there's no Metroid yet.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I know. I'm just saying.
But yeah, it should be a lot. It should be a lot. I just, I'd like to see a little bit more of we'll see how the music's going to be good, but let's see how they execute it. And that's what I'm watching for. But at least we know it will be good.
Well, I mean, I've listened to some of it in the demos, because they had, like, the minecart theme, and it sounds very similar to, like, Rare's music.
And that was a really nice, it had the same kind of feel, but it was a completely different song, and it was nice how they did that. That minecart level, like, that scared me. I was watching that guy play. I would have died, like, 5 times in that video. Like, you just watch it, like...
I know, those levels are, like, really...
that. Remember the bat level in the first one where you had the rocket barrel and the bat?
But see, the thing is, though,
I beat it. I got all the Kong letters, and I got all the puzzle pieces. It just took me, like, 4 tries, and the 4th one was only because I screwed up stupidly in the 3rd one, but I did it.
And even though it's...
30 lives
you get
later.
to, like, hating... certain levels, you just love the music so much that you have to go back and play it.
Oh,
that's
never happened to me.
That always happens to
Returns.
Well, see, the thing is for me is that
I don't think that's ever happened.
Really,
to me.
that's kind of sad. But
like there are games. And that's what I'm thinking about right now. There's levels in Metro. I'm trying to remember what level. Fendra's Edge, like it's nice music, but I'm never going back there again.
Well, what about like Torvis?
When I
no. Not going back there again.
Well, I'm not even going to say Dark Aether.
I download the music onto my computer so I can listen to it so I don't have to go back there.
But the music is good, is what I'm saying.
It's good.
It's
like, I don't think, like, if I'm dying and then, like, I hear that pirate theme again from Prime, that doesn't make me want to go back.
Oh, I totally like that thing.
Oh, no. It means that I know what to expect and I know how to get my revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't super missile straight right in the face? I mean, that's like the
that's the funniest, when they fly like 30 feet.
Yeah, and they go with the ragdoll physics, hit boxes. That's so satisfying.
I watched the guy in Two Funniest Pirate Guests just I watched a guy once fly off. He landed on the top of like the ramps in that one dark area, and then he just slid down, and he slid down like almost all the ramps. Because you know they don't start to disappear until they stop moving.
Yeah.
So that happened, and then there was the other one where he flew with a super missile, and his hand got caught on one of the rafters, and he just hung there for like a good, and then until he stopped, and then he started to disappear. That was really funny.
That's so weird.
It's morbid, but like awesome.
But see, that's what makes that fun. It's like those
I don't
weird
mind
ones.
pirates.
Mega pirates are different.
Oh.
And well, elite.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mega pirate.
Yeah. I like in Star Fox Assault when you have the tank and you like ram the little guys and you're like, touchdown!
Yeah, it's
boom!
It's exploding.
You take a little bit of damage,
But
but
it's worth it. Yeah.
It's totally worth it.
Or sometimes I just go into like
man.
a pile and just barrel roll all over them.
So, yeah, there's totally the oh yeah, it's good. That's so stupid. Anyway,
The joy.
yeah, you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
So basically, so we'll see what Donkey Kong Country does. Oh, I was gonna say the blurring effect in Sonic when you boost. That blurring effect, they've been using that for a while in games. Like back with the original King Kong that came out when Xbox first came out. There's a King Kong game, and when the T-Rex like roars at you and the screen like blurs around the edges, that alone made it really. It's just all teeth, and it's just like. I don't know why more developers don't take advantage of, or designers take advantage of simple effects like that make your game just look way more awesome, regardless of the graphics.
Like strong sound waves making it look like all
exactly, and that just makes it look neat.
Monster Hunter, I know probably neither of you have played any Monster Hunter games, but Monster Hunter does that a lot with like big monster roars.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole screen will kind of fuzz out, and like you'll see like roaring, and you'll like. Your character will cover your face.
See, and that makes it way more awesome.
And it makes it more realistic. It makes it really fun because it's like, oh crap, I hope I can get away before it comes at me.
So yeah, they should take more advantage of very simple things. Doesn't take a lot of pixels or polygons, and it just it makes it look neat. Just
one thing I did like was like at least like with the graphics of the Donkey Kong, you can see his fur.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of footage of that, and I go back to the original. I'm like, man, Returns. It looks
you can't
simplistic now.
Yeah, that's true. So, and then they changed some little things we don't care about, like they got rid of the blowing in favor.
That was Miyamoto's idea too.
In favor of was it the pulling now? Like
yeah, they do the Mario 2 pulling because the guy who's producing it is the director of Mario.
It's like right when I got used to the blowing, but I don't care. That's ancillary, and I don't care. I'm not going to spend time talking about it now. Last thing, so you brought up Metroid. There's nothing really to talk about because there's no Metroid. We have been talking about we need a Metroid, And you said last time they have Pokemon now, so now we just need a Metroid. And we were talking a little bit about, we were saying there just needs to be one, and
it just needs to happen. It needs to
to
be
happen.
good, and it needs to
It
happen.
needs to be on a 2D system.
Yes, it does.
It needs to be a sequel to 4. We should not let what's his name?
Sakamoto.
Yeah, Sakamoto, Yoshio Sakamoto, anywhere near it unless he, does it right.
Unless he doesn't do a story.
Yeah.
You remember that video I said?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. He sent me this video. It's called, what is it? Well, I had it written down here. It's Learning from Other M, which I forgot the guy's channel, but he does these really good, like, game analysis videos, which, we could analyze games like that, too, if we just took the time to do it. We'd rather just go nuts and talk about it. But, yeah, and some of his videos are a little overanalyzed, but there's a few that are really good, and that's one of them, where he's one of the first people I've ever seen who actually talks about what's wrong with it, not how much it sucks. And it's hard to do that when this is something you feel passionate about, but he does a good job of it.
I remember seeing some people like defending Other M because they were saying like, well, Samus was nothing before, and now they gave her a character and he addresses that really well. He's like, well, this is basically saying that any character is better than no character.
The people who defend Other M are kind of, they're not seeing.
They're
not seeing the big picture.
They either only played Other M, or they just don't know.
They're not seeing the big picture.
Yeah, like the guy said.
You play all of them, or at least most.
People like things that are a little mysterious. And sometimes taking away that mystery is worse than
like the guy said, he's like, just because they didn't really tell her backstory doesn't mean she's a complete blank slate. It's like actions define words.
Right, exactly.
We already know.
You know she's compassionate because she saves the baby in 3. You know that she's tough because she's always blowing stuff up. And you know that she has the other sides.
Shoot, I didn't even know she was female until I died in Fusion.
But wasn't Fusion the first game you played?
It was the first.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
But it's still, it's like when I died, I was like, huh, that's interesting. That's why I stopped calling Samus a guy.
Oh boy.
But I mean, here's the thing. That was something that when I found out, it didn't ruin the series at all. It was just like, it's kind of like a little thing.
Samus is one of the best female characters ever in video games.
Probably the best.
Probably the best.
Yeah.
Second,
by far.
The only second who's a close second is maybe Chun-Li, and that's it. But unfortunately, lately, with the Zero Suit Samus over sexing, I feel like that's come down just a little bit, but she's still pretty darn good. And
someone was talking about, in response to that video, they made a comment, they're like, well, you went and addressed a lot of these things, but you didn't talk about one of the biggest problems was Sakamoto's storytelling, which just played out sucked.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we could go into another M rant here, but I mean, it's been ranted to death, so I'm kind of reluctant to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he made the good point in that one that part of the problem probably was there were a lot of different departments working together. I think stuff in the story maybe got lost. Maybe it wasn't all Sakamoto's fault, which I never really thought of before. So, because I mean, he did do the other Metroid games, okay. So, if he can make another one, I don't mind him being there as long as he doesn't totally, J.J. Abrams the heck out of it. I mean, if he makes another one like that, if it passes some level of
I don't even
control.
want him to touch the 2D one.
Okay.
If it's going to come up.
I mean, it's not impossible for other people to do it. Retro proved that really well. So, we need that. I'd like to see a Metroid Prime
They're probably
for the Wii.
trying to find another developer.
Yeah.
Because I noticed with all these Metroid
Kick out all
games,
the hackers.
they haven't been, Nintendo themselves haven't been making the games.
Yeah, Nintendo's getting lazy. What do you think? It's Miyamoto. He's getting up there.
Well, Miyamoto doesn't really work on this.
But anyway, so it'll be good. I don't, as long as someone can do it, I think that is.
So you're saying that the next one should be handheld?
Yeah, because the main Metroid games should be handheld.
I mean, a lot of the stuff from going on what you were saying about how like Nintendo's not making a lot of the games anymore. It's kind of like the little stuff too, like the like finding all the little promotions or whatever that they give out with these games and stuff. It's like you don't even know that they have them until you get to the store.
Oh yeah, well, some of them.
Some of them. I mean, some of them you hear around, but it's not like you're gonna Google like Megastone promotion for Blaziken and find that.
So wait, what does that have to do with Nintendo making games?
I'm just saying it's like with Nintendo kind of getting like lazy, it's kind of it's getting like progressively worse. Like it's like
that's a good point.
Because I mean, I remember the time where it's like when they had a promotion, they tell you
right,
and you would know when it is and where it was
going
to be.
I don't know what that means, but I don't think we really have time to discuss it now.
Yeah, we don't.
But
I just thought
it is an excellent point, and that is something to think about. What does that mean? Are the fans lazy, or does it mean they're smarter going to look at it for themselves? I don't know. You decide. Or not. I mean, we could just talk about it later too. That works. That works as well.
We'll give you an opinion.
So anyway, they'll like what we tell them to like. No, I'm just kidding. And you can like this video right now by pressing the little green thumbs up thing, which is not as good as the star system because the star system had this like
it actually
range.
tells you how good
Right,
it was.
exactly. Instead of just I like this, I don't like this, but that's
turn it into Facebook.
well, that's the way society is going.
It's getting lazier. Instead of saying, do I want 3 or 4 stars? It just went the green thumb or the red thumb.
All right. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.